Hi traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. So today's video we're looking at gold. We're just having a look at the daily chart right now. It's on a semi-zoomed out view. So we're just looking at some of the key levels. So obviously that key support is down here, and at the moment that last high is up at that 1700 point now. There's a few things we just want to quickly touch on first. So the first is a trend break that we saw here. We've seen price starting to find support on that trend break after that last low was set last night. And if we're just moving upwards to the fast trend break, we can see the resistance on that point from this current high here, and these are the few main points, well, several main points we're just keeping an eye on at the moment. So it's a little bit confusing, and it is at a little bit of a crossroads, and we've got a bit of conflicting price evidence on both sides. So working from those trendline points, we can see now that we have a new, well, if you're going by that fast trend break, we have a new lower high that's set up here. We've had an extension down, and we've had, the first counter rally which failed to hold, and we've had a rally that's failed to hold today, setting up an inside lower high. And we'll just zoom in, and we will move to the 4 hour in a moment as well. So at the moment we're looking at these two levels on the daily. So we have that main resistance up at 1633. We have support at 1570, and we're starting to see new supply resistance from 1591 up to around 1600 itself. So at the moment we're trying to just get an idea of what's happening with the current price. Now, if we do see a break back down to this level, we'd be sort of looking for a possible continuation lower. But we'd like to see that point broken. And if this move by sellers fails and we have another move up above yesterday's closing price, could starting to be put a bit of pressure on sellers. So that level there as well, if we saw a new move above that, well, really 1591, 1590, that was starting to say that this current move by sellers is under some pressure, and we could see another push by buyers maintaining the momentum from yesterday's move. But sort of counteracting that is this current move down, which has sort of thrown me out a little bit. And we've also, at the moment the MAs are quite directionless, so there's not really any momentum bias at the moment either. But so it is a bit of a tricky one to sort of gauge a good idea on at the moment. But the key points I'm looking at is this support down here, and this sort of level just here as a starting point at down that 1591. So if we saw a close above that, or if we saw a move back down there by sellers. Now if we just go to the 4 hour, see exactly this consolidation that's going on. So we can see the trend break here, we can see the starting point of a new leg lower. We've had one impulse higher, and if we just have a quick look here, we can see that we're in a consolidation point right now on the 4 hour, and it can be seen as possibly a bearish continuation pattern, but it can also be seen as possibly, if you're gauging this uptrend as a new rally, then it could be a consolidation point with possibly a thrust higher. We could see a new higher low out of that with maybe a new test to push up. So the real point where I'm trying to make is that we want to see what happens in the short term if we do see a break higher or a break lower from this consolidation point, and if sellers are able to break this point down here, or if buyers break higher, they break this resistance point here and can hold above that level and signify possibly a new extension higher, which could ultimately would be looking for possibly a test of list of 1620 and possibly a new test of 1636. If the opposite is true and we see a break lower, that would be our first target, and then if we did see further selling and more momentum pushing lower, we'd be looking for a possibility of maybe a move down to test that 1548 area. Anywhere in down to there could offer up some new demand, but again, that's moving out into the future with the crystal ball. The first step we're really waiting on to see on the 4 hour so far is what happens in this consolidation here and how that's going to reflect on the daily. So sorry for a bit of a muddled up analysis today, but gold is intriguing me at the moment, just really due to some of the opposing evidence that we're seeing, mainly being this solid leg down and this starting point here, and by that rally, and this what's happening in today's session, if we're going to see a victory by the bulls or the bears. So we'll be looking with interest into tonight's European and US session, and how gold's also going to react to USD. And if we have seen the dollar CAD stalling quite heavily lately, and are we going to see some sort of fight back from risk currencies to the USD after a couple of days down? So a couple of things to ponder over and mull over. So enjoy the rest of your day, good trading, and till tomorrow, bye for now.